It's the Caitlin MTGO Show.
There might have been a miscommunication then, Draco Star. I assumed I was getting multiple folks excited about me drafting Mono Black, and then that was qualifying for both steps. Not that I was going to do 2 steps back to back. I typically don't do that. Multiple steps, like stack multiple steps in a row. For that reason. Hard to say no to an Emrakul, Mono Black went 1-2. Could do 15-15 tribal. Get a sneak attack or something. Could end up instant speed reanimator. None of these cards are instant speed reanimator though. I think I'm gonna take the talisman. Bronco, just fucking flip to Bronco. Necromancy is not. It kind of works with World Spine Worm because you can make the 5/5s, but it doesn't work with Emrakul at all in terms of instant speed reanimation. Yeah. It's not even the right Bob art. What are they doing? I was kind of hoping to do something more aggressive than the last deck. Not really getting my wish here. Kind of just a bunch of shit, Kind of late force. Dark Depths and Map in the same pack. Yeah, Dark Depths, Reclaimer, and Map here. And whatever this is. It does let you get any land, not just a basic. It kind of looks like every single card in this stack of cards in front of me was drafted for a different deck. You trust I'll be able to make it work? I do not. Your trust might be misplaced. We'll see. Rumble's kind of interesting. It could be green-black too, not green-red. It's on the table. As good as Demonic Tutor is in combo decks, I think the One Ring has a higher chance of helping us cobble something together. Treachery in this deck? Why? Just to put into play off Eureka? Nah. I'd much prefer like Sneak Attack and Channel, like other better things than Eureka that do similar things. We'll see. Looking like a terrible Urza Saga deck here so far. You've never seen a good Eureka deck? I've got several trophies with it. Usually, when it's not your only plan, you want redundancy. It used to be that there were cards like Nicol Bolas and Karn, and 7-mana Karn in the cube. And those were like way better than put into play than creatures. Like answer your opponent's thing too. Well, there's a plan, Thinking about the Red and 6. I don't think we're going to have the artifact count for Mox Opal. I mean, I guess we would if we played the Saga. Saga's a little awkward with Oath, but maybe it's still there. Talisman's just like the worst talisman for us, right? The blue-eye one. Could still help me play the One Ring. A little bit of card draw. I'm into it. Fable's really good. And we have a little bit of red mana already. Also have a little bit of blue mana already. We passed the planar portal. If it came back, I'd feel really silly for passing that Tinker. Because that'd be a sick backup plan. Yeah, the probe was tempting too. I really want that Black Leaf Cliffs, but I'm going to take the Hymn to Turok. Him before you, Eureka, could be sweet. I am indeed in my mid-30s. Yeah, I'm 36. Been playing Magic since I was 10 years old. The issue with Generous Ent is hitting you with Oath of Druids, right? Not ideal. I wonder if Pendant Prism's actually reasonable here. I don't hate the Bone Shards either. Sometimes you still need to kill stuff. I almost like Anger here. It's just an awkward Oath hit. But like Fable and Liliana could bin it. And then Eureka and these, and they all have haste then. The Dream. Yeah, we could become a not Oath deck very easily. Could use more fixing, of course. Good chance I don't play this Talisman. What are you talking about, patron? Jesus fucking Christ. Just sickening. Someone getting a Mox like third pick or something. Oh, little Thoughtseize here. You like Lotus here? Yeah, Lotus is usually pretty good. But I can see like turn 1 One Ring or Eureka or something. Even one turn 1 Liliana uptick could be really good. Well, the Triumph's a Swamp Forest, which we kind of need, so I guess we grab that, even though it's a little lackluster. How are we doing on playables? Not that bad, actually. Not doing that bad on playables. Get the Saga back in? Yeah, that's a fair point. Hey, there's Sneak. There we fucking go. Finally, some good fucking food, right? I kind of like that Crab Abomination if it comes back to us. I had it in Reanimator and didn't like it, but maybe it'll be sweet here. We are indeed eating now. Archon, hell yeah. Or is the Wheel more tempting? Wheel of Fortune is tempting. I'm going to take the Archon, though. Just a real primo card to cheat in, huh? Crab Abomination sacking 1 ring to emerge. That'd be sweet. It is not Vilang. Also, cheers. I would have lost my my Twitch partnership many years ago. It is indeed a brewski. Yeah, the Fatal Push is tempting. We do have a Prismatic Omen for Valakut. I wonder if there's a world where you're like, Eureka, put a bunch of lands into play. Just get them. I feel like there is not. I won't do the Fatal Push. Even if it's a sideboard card. Oh, Seal. Yeah, we have like no tutors here, right? Let's grab the Seal. Should we pal around? The Show and Tell is tempting. We got Pendant Prism, we got Black Lotus, we got Manamorphose. Man, you should just fucking play it. How bad is Troll to hit with Oath of Druids? It's a little bit better than that Ent. It gets the Triome and the Badlands is the only thing. It's like a pretty good fixer, right? Nice. Peatland Wheel. Yeah, so long as you're not doing anything that would be illegal where you live, Belang, is Twitch's policy. So if I was underage and drinking, then they would have an issue with that. But if I was in a state where weed was legal, it'd be fine to smoke on stream. Is their general policy. Yeah, Escape's kind of bad here, right? Escape hit your fatties. It just doesn't really work. Hey, good night, Maroc. They did not remove Storm from the cube. They have been messing around with it, but right now it's in. This is not a ton of the cube. Hey, Ladorb, thanks for the $10 donation. I don't hate playing an extra land. Like treat the Black Lotus like a spell, not a land. Made me feel a little bit better about the Urza Saga. And then the Archtrail's a little bit better on the mana. I dig that. I dig that. Doctor disrespecting the age of consent, yeah. Yeah, not super surprising. The most surprising thing I found with the Dr. Disrespect thing was that he was using Twitch whispers at all. I can't stand people messaging me when I'm streaming. I want everything to be focused on like the chat or the fucking, what everybody can see. If I post something on Twitter, if I post something on social media, I usually try and do my best to like tell chat what I'm doing too, so I'm not like pulling them out of it. If someone like looks at their phone, or if I'm watching someone stream and they look at their phone or something, it just like pulls me out of it, right? It's like, okay, well, I could watch anything else. Yeah, we discussed having Troll in the Oath deck too earlier, and obviously I would rather have a fetch, but it actually is fixing, and I need fixing in my 3-color deck. And oathing into, I mean, people reanimate Troll, right? Oathing into Troll isn't the worst thing ever. I skipped over an Ent earlier because I didn't want to oath into Ent, but oathing into Troll, Troll can kill people, right? Is the difference. So this is currently 6 green, which is not enough. Not enough for Eureka. 7 red. And 11 black. I think we can even that out a little bit, Alright, we got a song request here. From Ladorb. Thanks for the $10, Ladorb. This is Millencolin. Mr. Clean. Is 8 green too many? It might be. We've got like Fable and Manamorphose. Maybe 7 greens, right? How much red is this again? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's spread that out. Blue-black artifact deck? We had a blue-white one. I don't remember a blue-black artifact deck. Your headphones don't fuck at all? Well, those are the wrong headphones. You clearly need different headphones. Hey, congrats, Dendy. Everything today has gone 2 and 1 or 1 and 2. Should I ask him to Turok here? Kind of brutal. Just the worst prism ever. Now I don't have access to green. Although Saga will give me green eventually. Feels like that was not a good, or not a bad him to Turok. Well, at least we're only playing an Emrakul deck. Yeah, you don't want to mill too heavily there, right? Because then the Shinobi gets better cards. And I really want to see that land there. 2 lands. Is that right? $15 life, you say? I'll have a nice thing to say about it in a sec here. I'm random. Oh, they're casting something over there. You got it, friend. So last card in hand here needs to be like Spell Pierce or something, right? It's kind of narrow for us to care about it. Ha ha! The game was kind of cool, huh? Arc Trail looking kind of bad, but I don't know what to do about it. Excuse me. Unless you don't want to excuse me, that's fine. Successfully snuck. We had such good decks earlier. Imagine if we trophy with this pile. This absolute pile here. You're not going to excuse me, little old me? So we could turn One Ring, and then by the time you Eureka, we'd have more shit in hand. Or we could turn 1 Eureka. The deck didn't look that scary to Eureka into, you know? There's something to it. We'll see what we draw here. Yeah, I liked waiting in turn versus counterspell mana hum. Made sense to me. Alright, we got him now. Could spend a turn bidding Troll, setting up him to Turok. I think I'd rather put the Troll into play. I think that was a good Eureka. Oh no. They just cantripped into that? Oh, farts. And they still have a shark, and this fucking Saga's huge. I think I might have taken my victory lap a little too soon here. Yeah, this is looking bad. I don't know if I can actually win this game. They snap milled. They saw Emrakul in my deck last game. They snap milled here. These Saga tokens are gonna be so fucking huge. They didn't put Saga into play off the Eureka either. So it must have been their draw for turn was their Saga. And then snap cast back, consider, Define Touch. Brutal. Wait, do they not have the mana to activate Saga now? That's kind of huge. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but it is kind of huge. Teferi and Leyline Binding with the 2 cards. Jesus. They love milling. Absolutely fearless, yeah. It's a really good Aether Spell Bomb. I think if they made the token last turn, they'd just have lethal here, right? Yeah, just straight up lethal. Oh, they have one lethal anyway. It's a 1 ring. All right. The game was looking so good until it wasn't. What about Charmaw versus Saga? Kind of an awkward one to oath into, but I think I dig it. Yeah, I guess not. Suppose. Hit Archon and mill Emrakul. Mill Emrakul. The opponent doesn't have to mill with Palantir. They have an option. They've been choosing to mill for some reason, but usually even when people mill, they stop at 3. And yeah, Archon gaining 3 life. Leaves you still dead on board, right? In a deck without sweepers and stuff. I don't bookkeeper. I can actually concede whenever I want, whenever I like. It's one of the cool things about playing a game of Magic. You can just make your own decisions. It's totally fine. You can be off a game if that's what you like, or you can keep playing if that's what you like. The seal does make it awkward to tutor for seal plus Palantir makes it hard to tutor up fixing, right? If this was Vamp tutor, I could upkeep Vamp for whatever I need. Seal for Emrakul. I think if I seal for Emrakul, they let me draw, right? You guys understand that this is an option that you give the opponent, and if you seal, they're not gonna bin it. So I'd just be like sealing for an Emrakul to my hand. Like I would rather pass and scry or whatever. Seal for red source, well then it gets milled, right? You don't know what they're going to do. I don't like the idea of doming myself for 2. Maybe. Weird. Interesting pause. I mean, a lot of people start to letting people draw when they hit 3. It was the first draw of Palantir. It was also the first time we got Palantir to 3. You know, when people default started letting their opponents draw. You should change that default when your opponent has Emrakul, but everybody doesn't. Makes sense for it to be a transition point? It does, yes. Yeah, the Mox was worth a +2 on the Construct token. Trying to not die here. We'll see. I'm getting fucking... God damn it. Yeah, so I give them the Mox. We're like... Yeah, dead either way, I guess. Unfortunate. Mono Black went 1 and 2. Yeah, after how well that first game went, I was expecting to win that last match. And then we had Thoughtseize into Eureka. That seemed really strong, too. Can't Thoughtseize the top of their deck, though. That's for sure. That age-old saying. Suppose. I might even play the Prism into the One Ring. And then it's kind of just like stashing a Lotus Petal into play here. I would marry Ulamog. If we're talking Emrakul, Kozilek, Ulamog, bang, marry, kill, Ulamog could provide with infinite Euros. And that sounds goddamn delicious. And then bang Emrakul. Just Beast with a billion backs it up. I'd like to him them, but I'm going to Fable here. I wonder if I can win just off of Saga. Oh, you know what we can do? The Fable can loot away Ulamog, and we can shuffle the Black Lotus into the deck for the Urza Saga to get out. And I can Lotus twice this game. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Anger is good with Fable and in team. If I wasn't a Notes deck, I'd be playing that Anger for sure. Can name to Trock here. Wish Claw's interesting. Wonder what the hell they're tutoring for him. As reanimating. If they have my Emrakul, I'm going to be very sad. They got an Oliphant and an Imperial Seal, sure. We're a little short mana-wise, huh? Or I guess we can tutor up Eureka. Like, they just reanimated their best creature, right? Eureka's got to be insane. So with the Fable trigger on the stack, I'm going to draw with the One Ring. And then we'll probably discard him to Turok and something else. I was thinking about discarding the Ulamog to shuffle the Black Lotus in, but I think I need to do something this next turn, right? And they just give me a Wishclaw Talisman. We got a land and an Inti. That's pretty good. Those are good cards. We got a Liliana and an Ulamog and an Archon and an Emrakul and a dinner. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so lucky. Just the luckiest Eureka ever. This looks goddamn delicious. One issue with Liliana edicting the opponent is then they could maybe sack the Atali and then Witch Claw for another reanimation for the Atali. I wonder if it's better to not. I guess they could just sack it now, though. They already have the option. You're going to make a cube modeled after the vintage cube? I think the current one is very good. Yeah, they already had sacked Atali there. They were thinking. They're thinking if they should have sacrificed the Atali there. Looks like they're doing what I thought about. That they might do. Go to reanimation effect. You need more expensive options. That's a bummer. What's for dinner? Some green beans. And a chicken dish here. Chicken with a crusty, crispy cheese topping. Little Entomb shallow gravy option, sure. Blocks. Ooh, there's some jalapenos in there. You didn't realize Emrakul had flying? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a classic Magic comic strip. Talking about the flavor of the cards. Wow, it's silly that Emrakul can trade in combat with 15 1/1 flying squirrels. The most powerful creature in all Magic history. I don't think I want to seal. It should have Squirrel Walk. That's the only thing holding it back. Have I ever seen someone fight 15 squirrels at once and win? No. I have not. That's a good point. How dare I disrespect the BFM? I mean, the BFM is 2 cards, right? It's not 1 card. Squirrels don't fly. Flying squirrels don't fly. Good Liliana for the last card. I like the idea of potentially hardcasting this Archon. I think that appeals to me. Green standstill, yeah, basically. I mean, they also like fucking 2-for-1 themselves. Oh, that's hot. Let's do that. Squirrel Opposition. That deck was sweet. Squirrel Opposition was before my time, but I did get to play against it in the and with it in the Moto Flashback Leagues. You ever play in those? They haven't done one in a long time, but they had a bunch of like classic decks from throughout Magic's history. Yeah, they were good fun, right? What do you think the Imperial sealed for? You think they got a reanimation effect for my Archon, like an anime dead for it? I guess I've got a Liliana. Maybe I'm fine. Considering Dark Petition for an Emrakul to sneak out in case I draw a red source. Maybe Palantir's better. I could petition into Palantir, but then reanimating Archon makes me bid my Liliana, which is awkward. The Liliana or the Emrakul hum. Well, reanimate doesn't do it. They're at 6 life. You're sorry, a reanimation effect. Apology accepted. Oh, mama. Wee. Oh yeah, boys. That reminds me, I was playing a PTQ back in the day. I was just like playing a Jeskai build of Splinter Twin, and in the second round of the tournament, my opponent was just like fascinated. I went like fucking Pestermite into Splinter Twin, and they were just like, "Wow, that really works, doesn't it? What do you call this deck? Your deck is really cool." They're like, this is the first time they'd ever seen Twin combo. Grazer, we getting grazed? Little awkward here because I want to get like the Fable and the Palantir rolling. They're both like kind of clunky. I guess. Ooh, hello. What the fuck? I was gonna chill on this Eureka for a bit, but I think I just jam it after seeing their hand. Now they're gonna have some stuff to put into play, but I think it's gonna be worse than the Lamog overall. I'm gonna say okay now. Everyone blind milling against my Emrakul deck. Think we gotta block this 6. I'd love to block the Ocelot Pride and keep that from going nuts, but we just gotta do this. So then retrace back questing beasts and stuff. They could have gotten the ritual loyalty bank there, maybe. Oh, that shifting woodland's scary. So attacking annihilates them for 4, but they just like sack a couple cat tokens and a grazer, and this might not be that good. This sounds like yeah, we were on this playlist earlier. I wonder why I got skipped off. Still a lot to go through. The One Ring fucking eating 10 damage there. It's pretty filthy. How many times can I annihilate them for and they still win this game, huh? Like, it's turn 4 and they just sacked 4 permanents. Yeah, we didn't get a Palantir trigger. I became way less interested in this card the first time I played it, and my opponent had One Ring, and I was like, oh, Very good against Narset. Fucking terrible against the One Ring. Jumped? They didn't jump. The One Ring fogged the damage. Good evening, Leafheart. Fuck. So now I can't even eat the Ocelot Pride in combat. He's got first strike. Guess I'll eat 7, huh? You're having a lot of fun with MH3 Limited? Oh yeah, I was thinking about doing a sealed here at the end of the stream. One of those arena things. I mean, it's got to attack, right? I guess it doesn't have to, but it is. If they didn't sack the 1/1s there, I would be dead on board. They don't know that I drew a swamp for the turn, of course, but I would have been super dead here. I wanted to play... They milled and it lands. 10 life. Eight life if you count it the One Ring, sure. I don't have any 8s in the deck though, so it doesn't... I guess it could matter. I could go to copy, and if I do, I would lose to a removal spell. I kind of just want to block. I'm just going to block. Maybe. Yeah, this might be wrong. We can copy the construct there. I discussed this. The reason that I didn't copy the construct was in case they were waiting. Like if they had like a Path to Exile, and they drew it for turn, or drew it off the One Ring or whatever, they serve there. If I activate on the construct, and they respond by a removal spell on the construct, I just die on the spot. So that's why I didn't do that. Might have still been correct. Right? Obviously it'd be nice to have my Fable here, to keep on copying constructs and stuff. Yeah, I wish there was a way for people that watched Muted to just, like, watch the explanation. Instead of making me repeat myself. Fuck's in this deck. We can get a Black Lotus. How would a Black Lotus help? Can I tutor for Archon? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I could just play an Archon here. It's probably better than the Saga. We're sure Bappins. It might have been wrong. Should probably be attacking first and then playing this. So they have fewer options to sack from for the Annihilator and such. Closed captioning. Yeah, if someone's not paying attention, that's not going to help, though. Krieger. Not going to do a good job of catching people up. Beep, 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 beep. I just died of the One Ring now. Cool. That game went way longer than I thought it was going to. After I saw their hand and then put in the Ulamog. Seemed like a good matchup for Fireball, Our Trail stays in. I might cut him to Turok. It might be too slow here. Liliana might be bad, actually. It's weird, but I'm going to cut it. Yeah. Right? That's what I thought. Surprising amount of game after that Eureka. Saw their hand, was like, okay, we got him. The One Ring helped out a lot, That one drop Ocelot's very good, too. I think that's being underdrafted right now. All right. We got an opponent. I'm gonna take my plate away here and go grab a beer, because I need a beer, and I don't need this plate. I'll be right back. Oof. Yeah, I guess. Kind of got outdrawn in a Reanimator Mirror. A couple games that were looking well with the mono black deck. Now this hand sucks. Here we go. Here we fucking go, Right, a bit more? That's how I've been feeling. Draining my life essence. What about those frail, weak boss tones? Wonder what they would sound like. An Oath that lets you play the top card of the opponent's deck. I mean, if they weren't playing creatures, they just deck, right? Maybe have the cards go to the bottom instead of milling. Yeah, the weak employee tones. What's that band like? What's your hand like? Feels like this worm's gonna go the distance, That's the vibe I'm getting. The mana for this deck's been better than it looks on paper, right? The Prism, the Black Lotus, patching things up, the Manamorphose. Sacked a Grist with no target? Well, they would have had a target, right? Can't have a Grist in play without having a target for Grist, right? I don't think their plan to let me Oath and then Grist sack their creature to kill my Oath up creature was bad. Obviously it backfired because we thought seized them, and like Worm's not the best one to Grist anyway, but I thought their plan was reasonable. If you're rating cube decks out of 10, how many points does having a Lotus in your deck add? Close to 2. Like in the 1.5 to 1.7 range, I would say. That's just me fucking making shit up, but